All right, as many of you know, balance is one of those key topics that I've struggled with over the last couple of years, but especially this year. Now, this year, for some reason, things have gotten a little bit worse for me. So one of the key focuses now is going to be balance. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm working on and how maybe this can help you with your balance issues as well here in a minute. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. So before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, comment below. Tell me what you do in order to improve your balance or to make sure your balance is up to snuff each day before you go out to an event. For me, personally, a lot of it has to do with my trail leg. Now, I've always been a big proponent for the longest time. I still am to this day, kind of, to where it doesn't really matter too much what your trail leg does as long as the ball is off your hand consistently and it's well off your hand before you actually step off. For me, it's always been where the ball would get to past the arrows, maybe 20, 25 feet down the lane. I'd throw that shot, my leg would come up, and then I'd kind of just step off of it. And I'd always just call it a step off, not really a balance thing. But what I'm starting to notice is I'm doing it earlier and earlier and earlier to where I'm kind of really focused. I'm trying to make the ball do what I want it to do, and it's causing me to step off and really try to watch instead of just staying down on the shot and focusing on the first 20 feet of the lane that I need to, that only I can control. I'm actually lifting my head up, lifting my body up, trying to watch everything from a different angle for some stupid reason. Don't ask me why. So I'm throwing that shot and I'm going up and I'm watching and I'm kind of like this and I'm walking backwards and watching and just you can't see what you're actually looking at, and B, you're going to be inconsistent because it gets earlier and earlier. If you're stepping off earlier than we were the one shot before, how do you know it came off your hand the same way? So now we're going to focus on something with that trail leg, and all it's going to be is trying to keep it down. Now, the only way you can keep your trail leg down is if your posture is upright. As soon as you lean forward, that trail leg wants to go up, and it makes you have to fall over to the right. So what happens when you get all the way to the head, all the way to the ball, and all the weight to the right side with your trail leg up, you have nowhere to go except step off. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to keep our posture up. We're going to try to stay tall, and we're going to drag that trail leg over and keep everything up underneath us this way so it stays on the ground. Now, it's okay if it kicks up a little bit and then comes back down. Most professional bowlers actually do that. Most of them have it come up and then they push it back down in order to keep their balance. So we're going to try a few shots here, see if we can't correct that awful balance that I had before. So all I'm going to do in the start is I'm going to try to stay tall. I'm not going to bend my knees at all. I'm going to over-exaggerate everything, trying to stay tall with my waist, and I'm going to try to just drag that foot around the side as much as I can and keep it on the lane. And then we're just going to hold it there. We're going to stay there until at least the rack comes down and picks up the pins. Then we can stand up. Okay, so as you notice, like I'll look at the replay over here, my foot, does it come up a little bit? A little bit, but then I press it back down. So I get about 3 inches off the ground and then I press it back down. So that was actually pretty good for me. Now, if you've watched any of my past videos, you'll notice that that's a big change for me. Now, I don't really know where the ball's going too well right now because I'm only focusing on that. So when you're practicing and you're looking at these things, don't be too concerned about where the ball's going, how it's coming off your hand. Focus on one thing at a time. If this is going to be it, if you're going to work on that balance, if you're going to work on that trail leg, just simply focus. I don't even care if you just look down and just try to get to this point every single time, so that way you know you're in good position. Because most likely, as you get used to it and you just keep doing that, looking down and keep your body in this position, the ball's going to be going exactly where you're aimed anyway. So this may be something that you need to try. Let's do it one more time. Stay tall. I'm not even going to bend at all. I'll naturally bend as I always do at the line anyway. All right, not too bad. I felt that one was a little bit higher than the one before. I felt like I kicked that one up, so I'm going to look at the replay here. Yeah, definitely kicked it up about 4 or 5 inches, but it's still a lot better. Look how much longer I'm able to hold that there. My problem is I didn't hold it until the pin setter came down, so now I got to do it again. What I recommend is doing, let's call it 50 shots, okay? 50 shots a day of holding your balance until the pin setter comes down. Now this is going to hurt your quad. This is going to be a little bit of a workout because you're probably not used to holding it there. So it's going to be like doing squats. Stay tall. Stay until the pins come down, or at least until the rack comes down the first time. And then you can stand up. So use this as a drill for you to try to get a little bit better with your balance and everything. Try to get that trail leg down. If you can't get it down all the way, that's okay. That's not a big deal. All we're trying to do is just get it to where it stays down a little bit, and then you can push it back down as you get there, because it's a lot easier to hold your position if that trail leg stays over and down rather than out back behind you or even up. Okay, so that's a whole nother discussion with that trail leg being directly behind you. We'll get into that at a different time. But that's all I got for you today. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and like. And until next time, we'll see you guys later.